Boys and girls, BloodSpawn. Let's get into it. Right, as I promised in my DK build, we're going to dig deep into BloodSpawn and work out exactly what it is giving us in combat. So the way we did this was I had one person all the way up to 4 people beat on me for 2-minute windows, and we did multiple passes, averaged the amount of times BloodSpawn proc in that 2-minute window, and then using math and science, we were able to get a recovery number and an ultimate number and also an uptime percentage. I know someone in the comment section is going to tell me, yeah, but it's not recovery, you're getting it in a bulk chunk, and that's true. It's a lot more easy to visualize it as a recovery number instead of me saying you're getting 5,000 stam every minute. That doesn't really, it's hard for people to kind of understand exactly. Where we all know, understand what recovery is, we all can feel what a recovery enchant does for you. So breaking it down into recovery, I think, is a better way for people to understand what they should get from it. But yes, you are getting this in a chunk amount of resources, and it's not strictly a recovery number. But that being said, let's get into it. So with one person beating on us, we averaged out to 119 recovery and 71.5 ultimate per minute with a 50% uptime. Now, I will say this, it will vary on who you're fighting. If you're fighting someone with a lot of dots, then this could go up. If you're fighting someone that's just a lot of burst, single target, like something like a Nightblade, you could possibly see this number go down. So there's a lot of variables in this, and just take this as a rough guide. Anyway, we'll move forward. So with 2 people, 173 recovery and 104 ultimate. So on my Imperial build, this is basically a leap for me every minute. And I will mention things like Major Heroism and stuff like that will buff the BloodSpawn as well. So keep that in mind if you're running Major Heroism. You know, the numbers could go up even more. So with 3, we averaged 195 recovery and 117 ultimate per minute with a 70% uptime. So we're starting to get really, really strong. I will preface this before we go any further too. Just keep in mind, these people were passing on me basically. So in Cyrodiil, this scenario is not necessarily realistic, but I can't test every scenario there is under the sun. So take that for a grain of salt. You know, some fights, this is going to be very true. You know, you will have 3 people passing on you or so on. But anyway, now with 4 people, it goes up to a whopping 90% uptime, 238 recovery, and 143 ultimate per minute. So, you know, you're looking at a leap every 40 seconds or something ridiculous like that, just from BloodSpawn. And running this build with DJ Trickery on my backbar, I've had fights where I've popped my corrosive, and by the time my corrosive is done, I have a leap up. So very strong ult recovery, especially with DJ Trickery. Now, for shits and giggles, this isn't realistic really, but there's going to be scenarios where you're going to get back BloodSpawns. So in the scenario that you have BloodSpawn up for 100% of the time, you should expect 260 recovery and 156 ultimate per minute, which is just insane. But it's not going to happen over extended periods of time. You might have, you know, a 20-second window where you get, you know, 3 back-to-back BloodSpawn procs, but I thought that would just be pretty interesting. So there it is, guys. So 1 person, 50% uptime, 2, 60%, 3, 70%, and then 4, 90% uptime. Obviously, as I said, this is just a rough indication of what you should expect, but if you do some testing yourself, let me know what you find. And I really like this, guys. We're going to be doing one on Charged as well, and kind of break down how much it's giving us on DK and that kind of stuff in the next video. So if you haven't, sub to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one, boys and girls. Peace.